Hello my friends, Andy here, and today I'm going to make a lot of noise and piss off the neighbours, all in the name of experimentation to find the perfect level of noise from my exhaust. Like most bikers, when I got my speed triple, one of the first things I wanted to do was change the exhaust. The end cans from major manufacturers such as SC Project, whilst looking great, are a lot of money for a slip-on, ultimately dropping the best part of £1,000 on a slip-on, leaving the valve servo and the bread box in place wasn't going to make much of a difference to the overall sound of the bike. This was also the third exhaust I'd purchased in a year, and I've blown so much money on bikes I was trying to be sensible and hold off. I didn't want to spend a huge amount of money and I thought I could wait it out, but my impatience and some googling got the better of me, and I found an independent UK manufacturer of exhaust for the 1200 RS. They're called SP Engineering. I spent a few days umming and ahhing over what to get. I did like the stock exhaust position over the rear wheel, but in all the pictures I saw, removing the back box and having a long link pipe made the underneath of the bike look empty and just weird. So I opted to go for the low slung MotoGP style exhaust. Having the muffler low down fills the area where the bread box used to be and shows off the rear wheel in all its glory with the single sided swing arm. The exhaust was 330 quid all in with the Hilltech servo eliminator and link pipe, so it was great value for money. Of course I run it for a few rides without the baffling, but I found it a bit too hooligan. I like them loud but not ridiculous loud, so I put the baffle in. Whilst the baffle did quiet it down quite a bit, it also made it sound like crap at idle, and there was a noticeable power drop. Simply unacceptable. It lost all the low end rumble that I really like and made it sound raspy and a bit like it had an exhaust leak. I figured I'd have to try and find an aftermarket DB killer to try and come up with something that was in the middle. In particular, I really wanted to keep the low frequency rumble and make it sound a bit more tuneful. Sorry, I couldn't resist, and I had to make sure you hadn't fallen asleep listening to my dulcet tones. Anyway, I did a load of research on Google and YouTube about exhaust sound tuning, but couldn't really figure out what was needed. It was either going to be length or diameter of the baffle. As an experiment, I lobbed an inch off the baffle that came with the exhaust. This didn't really have much effect. If anything, it made it worse. So I figured it was going to be down to the diameter. And I wasn't wrong there. I looked at countless baffles on eBay and they either looked too restrictive or not a lot different to what I already had. Then I found another independent UK exhaust manufacturer called Pipeworks, who make custom baffles in a range of different diameters. I measured up and ordered in a mesh baffle. I cocked it up though, and I was impressed with Pipeworks, who agreed to exchange it and were incredibly helpful in making sure I got the right size the second time round. Due to the diameter and the mesh design of this baffle, I wasn't expecting it to actually reduce the sound that much. And as you will see in the results, if anything, it made it slightly louder. But I already had a plan for this and purchased some exhaust wadding and some metal ties. I tried the baffle without the wrapping at first, and as I expected, it didn't really make much difference. It did take the edge off a bit, but not much, so I proceeded to wrap the exhaust wadding round the baffle and clamp it down with the steel ties. Bingo! This was just what I was looking for. It still had the deep rumble. It took some of the harshness out of the high end and reduced the volume by a few dBs. Now onto the clips. I'd recommend listening on some good speakers or headphones if you really want to hear the difference. And damn it, I didn't tighten up the stock baffle quite enough, so there's a bit of a rattle on that one, sorry. Okay, so the dB meter is a bit inconclusive. Let's use our eyes instead. Here's the audio waveforms from my computer. You can see the stock baffle is the quietest, followed by the wrapped Pipeworks baffle. Then there's not really much difference in loudness between the Pipeworks baffle and no baffle at all. If anything, the Pipeworks baffle on its own is slightly louder. So what did I learn? Well, for starters, the dB meter on my phone is crap. I probably should have used dBc instead of dBA to show the difference a bit more, because it doesn't look like there's much difference in volume between any of the variations I tried. But using my ears, it is very noticeable. Next, make sure the baffle is screwed down tight. Diameter is going to have the most impact on the frequency. A large diameter will preserve the lower end frequencies. The larger diameter also quite obviously preserves the power as it's more free flowing. And finally, the exhaust wadding helps take the edge off some of the higher frequencies and reduces the harshness of the sound. I've also learned that since doing all of this, I actually don't really give a damn what the neighbours think. So after a couple of months, I've gone full hooligan and removed the baffle again. That said, I think now the exhaust has worn in, it has eased off a bit. Finally, there is a noticeable power difference between all of these combinations. The stock baffle is by far the most restrictive, and no baffle is obviously the way to go for max power. What do you think sounded best? Leave a comment below, and if you've enjoyed this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.